Ladies and gentlemen, could we have another round of applause for the Lakoto Youth Group that warmly welcomed all of us? I am Davia Chambers, and it is my pleasure to take you through this memorial service. Today is a time of remembrance, a time of reflection, music, stories, and the sharing of memories. We gather here to celebrate a life that touched many, a man whose presence, talent, and spirit left a lasting impact on all who knew him. As we continue this afternoon's service, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the scripture readings by Vernice Franklin Tate. Warmly welcome her to the lectern. See, you're getting a drum welcome and all.
Good evening, everyone. First reading from 1 Thessalonians 4, 13 to 14. The coming of the Lord. But we do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about those who are asleep, that you may not grieve as others do, who have no hope. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. Reading 2, 2 Testimony 4, 6 to 8. For I am already being poured out as a drink offering, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Finally, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give to me on that day, and not to me only, but also to all who have loved his appearing. This is the end of the reading.
Thank you, Vernice, for the timely and comforting readings. Vernice is the niece of King Wellington. So now we'll move on to the first video presentation as we continue to reflect on the life and memories of King Wellington. So you can pay attention to the screen before you.
I was never based in Trinidad, per se. I was never based in Trinidad. I started singing. I came to the States in 1969. I started, when I did Moscow, USA, Carnival in May, More Woman, Gimme More, and all these songs were done in Boston.
Okay.
Steel and Brass happened to, I sent it home, and it became very popular. They sent for me, and I went, and that's the reason why I was back in Trinidad. But I was never based there in Trinidad.
And this year you did something pretty serious.
Very serious.
Same people.
The same people.
Yes, would you play it for the audience?
Yes. I said, no, they may run in no drugs in the country. He said, oh, you're doubting, but you wouldn't bet me that a big man in the opposition and two big men in the coalition. I say, you mean the same fellas were running the nation? He said, yes, but then again they walking with them two Syrian and one in police service commission. Give a certain guy quick promotion that he could protect and serve drug barons here in the land. Who running the drugs here in Trinidad? Who bringing the drugs, I say? Who running the drugs in the country? Who bringing the drugs, I say? Are the same people you wouldn't suspect that they got the nerve. The same people looking for respect that they don't deserve. The same people we put to protect and serve. La lie, lady landa lie, lady landa lie, lady landa lie. I know you PNM, UNC and UNAR supporters. All you have full confidence in your leaders, and who don't know would never believe that all the time you're getting deceived. But money and power, you cannot keep them apart. And it's right in the middle there where everything starts. So Welly boy don't try to rock the boat, otherwise you wouldn't sing another note. All who try to expose them, yes, they cut in their throat. Like Bernadette James, who run in the drugs here in Trini, who bring in the drugs, I say, who run in the drugs in the country, who bring in the drugs, I say, are the same people saying different things at different times. The same people acting different role at different times. The same people committing and solving crime. Limbi lambalai, lady landa lambabai, limbi lambalai, lady lambi lambabai.
I've only heard one song, ladies and gentlemen, and I can tell how talented King Wellington was. I also read that every carnival season from the 70s to the 90s, he would return to Trinidad. Wonderful. So now as we move on with our program, we'll now have the eulogy, which will be read by Chorice Archer Kwashi Nancis. You can put your hands together as she makes her way forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again. All right, so here we go. Hawthorne King Wellington Kwashi, beloved musician, friend, and inspiration to many, passed away peacefully on March 27th, 2025 at the age of 86. A gifted artist whose melodies resonated from international stages to house parties, King leaves behind a legacy of music and community. Practical, private, and principled, he was an enthusiastic entertainer and performer, widely known, deeply loved, and forever cherished by his family. Born in Goodwood, Tobago, January 1st, 1939, Hawthorne Wellington Kwashi discovered an affinity for music at an early age, mastering the guitar and immersing himself in the calypso style that defined the times. Before fully embracing his musical calling, he served as a police officer in Trinidad. However, his true identity and destiny was on the stage. Performing first as Cisco Kid and later as King Wellington, he captivated and entertained audiences. My dad was one of the pioneering artists who contributed to the creation and evolution of soca. And his music, which he coined Russo Funk, was part of that innovative movement. I'm not sure if you guys remember Shadow's a Stranger in 2001 when he won the road march. He actually referenced Russo music have me in a trance, want to play mass. Yes? So that's what he's referring to. An artist unlike any other, he was a visionary who stood firmly in his beliefs and paved the way for future artists. Unique, authentic, highly intelligent, he was ahead of his time. A knowledgeable and talented mentor. He was also a role model who often used his music to challenge and empower others. And he used his time, talent, and resources to support many colleagues in the music fraternity. In the 1960s, as he said on the video, 1969 to be exact, Dad emigrated to the United States, where he further honed his musical craft, studying piano and composition under the esteemed American pianist and composer Julius Shaloff in Boston, This formidable training added another dimension to his already formidable talent. He recorded and produced multiple records over the years, and by the 1990s had settled in Long Island, New York, using his later years to enrich the local music scene there. He had a band, King Wellington and the Earth Peoples. He brought joy to countless fans, particularly at Flynn's. This is in Ocean Bay Park on Fire Island, Long Island, New York, where Sunday Fun Days became synonymous with his sound. He played there for almost 3 decades, from Memorial Day in May until Labor Day in September. I think his last day of performance was in 2024. So he was performing all the way, every year, until 2024. Whether on a grand stage or at a local venue, Wellie's music brought people together with a soundtrack of joy and harmony. A recipient of the Tuco Long and Distinguished Service to Music Award in 2019, this originator of sound and style was truly a masterful calypsonian who blended rhythms with lyrics that educated, provoked thought, and entertained. His songs were more than distinctive melodies and catchy rhythms. They were often at times social commentaries, bold, insightful, and unafraid to address the pressing issues of the time. We are in 2026, and we're still talking about autonomy. If you go on YouTube right now, and you look up King Wellington, it ain't secession, you will hear a story being told even then. And that song he was just singing, that song could have been written this year. Who is running the drugs in this country? Right? If you listen to the lyrics, he wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo. I guess that's why his children are as straightforward as they are, right? Throughout his life, he enjoyed traveling and seeing the world. In his later years, he embraced his role as an elder, always offering wisdom, encouragement, and loving support. In fact, he'd always tell us, hold it up. So he used to say, hold it down. But as he got older, he started saying, hold it up. My husband actually says it now all the time when he ends conversations with people. He spent time with his family, sharing stories, laughter, and of course, music. To those closest to him, he was truly a source of guidance, kindness, and unwavering strength. Hawthorne King Wellington Quashie is survived by his wife, Antoinette, his children, Corice, me, Gail, Cahill, Vernell, Schumer, Wendell, his brothers Donald and Gilbert, many grandchildren, nieces, nephews, great-grandchildren. He will also be remembered as the son of Albertha Stevens and George Quashie, and brother of Errol Flea Stevens, Dean Calendar, Hollis Charles, and Edgar Frenchy MacDonald, all deceased. And of course, his passing also impacted a wide circle of friends, his band, the Earth Peoples, his family at Flynn's, other musicians, and devoted fans who will forever carry his spirit in song. We truly give thanks for his life and his enduring gifts. Not many children or families can boast that they can still see, hear, and enjoy a loved one after they've gone. And he has truly left us with enduring gifts and a legacy. They continue to inspire and uplift us. We always remember and celebrate the lasting impact of his artistry and spirit. And he's truly a legend to us, whose voice lives on, forever carried in the music he shared with the world. We say, long live the king.
Thank Thank you, Corice. As we all heard, music was an important part of King Wellington's life, and now he'll be honored through it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ferry Baba Ferry.
Darling, tell me what's the score? Did I do something that's wrong? From the start, you always had a time for the things I had in mind. But of late, you always hesitate, and I never know my feelings. You've been jiving me around lost the toy all over town. You've been driving me around.
Thank you for that beautiful musical tribute, Ferry Baba Ferry. Ladies and gentlemen, the first song he performed was one of King Wellington's called New Calypso Music from the album Who is King Wellington? The second was another original titled Jivin' Me Around, released in 1973. And now we have another musical tribute, this time by Mr. Eric Powder. He'll be doing Talk Calypso.
Same musical? Whether you sing it or you recite it. You know, good afternoon, everyone. And you know, King was, although he was based mostly in the US, but he always wanted to help local Calypsonians. Especially, and not Calypsonians alone, local artists, especially Tobagonians, fellow Tobagonians. And he, whenever he comes, you know, he came here, he always spoke about recording, trying to help people to record. And then, well, I got to deal with him quite a lot because of working in Wassa and his connection with a Wassa lady. So, almost every Wassa function in Trinidad and Tobago, I used to be there, whether performing or MC or whatever. So me and King always would exchange ideas and things. And I remember him from the early days with the Cisco Kid. And I remember being there by the bi-local competition. The man was a policeman. In those days, as a policeman, you couldn't go and take part in Calypso competition or get emolument from any other source. So he gets in the final, and he just used the name Cisco Kid. As a matter of fact, the very night he was on shift in one of the police stations in I think, Bessemer Street, and he asked for time off. He tell the fellas he going and get something to eat. And the man go on the people's stage. This guy is nobody don't know who. They just say Cisco Kid. He go sing his song, and he come back on the shift. Good, easy, so. Like nothing happened. And that was King Wellington. And I remember him always, as I say, looking out for Tobagonians. And sometime, either late 90s, early 2000, he was in Tobago one carnival. Tambourine had the so-called the salmon tree. And I was emceeing the show. And at a certain point, he pulled me and Ainsley King together. And he said, you want to have a conversation. I think at that time, he was vice president at Tuku in Trinidad. And he told Ainsley, he said, the tent, I went and listened to the tent there night, and I see some young fellas emceeing and thing. Why don't pull in Powder and let Powder MC with them fellas and let pass on the knowledge to them and thing. And Ainsley did it. And that year, you know, I was very thankful that he made that kind of intervention, that I was able to impart knowledge. He work along with the young fellas and impart knowledge. So that is the kind of person he was. He used to look out for you. But anyhow, let me get back to some business here. Now, I just tell myself I had to do something in tribute to King Wellington. And I say, to go learn one of he calypso them now, go kind of hard. My brain old, and me just forget. So I say, I will recite one of his calypsos in talk calypso. And I say, I go look for one of these spicy one them. You know, he like it double on top. So, you have a part I want you to say with me. When I reach there, they go join me. Right. I have to be the most unlucky man. Getting myself in funny situation. This neighbor, she called out to me. She said, come over here and destroy me Quelvis. She Quelvis for she. I said, Quelvis? She said, yes. I want you to ram it up. I want you to jam it up. I want you to bust it up. I want you to crush it up. I want you to crush it up for me. And it only going, acqui ack. I'll let you join me. Acqui, 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 ack. Acqui, 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 ack. Acqui, 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 ack. That is how the 12 is going. Why you see the animal there? I never see animal looking like that. Shaped like a turtle and have the face of a cat. She said, don't watch it. I want you to kill it for me. Right now. Now. Oh my Lord. But when I touch it on the nose, it brought out, wow! Wow! Boy, she said, don't be afraid of it. Don't feel sorry for it. I bring it here for you to kill it. So don't stand up there and watch it. Welly boy, I want you to ram it up. I want you to jam it up. I want you to bust it up. I want you to crush it up. Just crush it up for me. How are we going again? Acqui, 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 acqui. All you join me now. Acqui, 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 acqui. Acqui, 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 acqui. She said, I had this pet with me since I was small. But of late, I find it don't behave itself at all. In the middle of the night, every night it does wake me up. Just so scratching and scratching and scratching and wouldn't stop. She said, the way I have this thing so long, I can't see myself doing it no wrong. So, Welly boy, if you could bust it up for me, I want you to crush it up for me. Wellington, ram it up for me. Boy, I said to jam it up for me. She said, Wellington, can't you see? It's no blooming good to me. And how we go again? Acqui, 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 acqui. Acqui, 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 acqui. Acqui, 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 acqui. No. I's a man. I don't believe in violence. Same time he jumped at me, I had to snatch it in self-defense. I throw it on the bed. And it started to groan like a lion. She said, wait, wait, wait. When she see I take out my piece of iron, Lord, and I start to ram it up. I start to jam it up. Man, you know, I lick it up. If you see I kick it up. Oh God. And when I start to ram the beast, she bawled out, Lord, what are you doing to me, Quelvis? Acqui, 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 acqui. Aqui, 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 aquac. Aqui, 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 aquac. Quelvis. Quelvis. All you know the animal there? You ever see that? Rest in peace. Continue to sleep in peace, King. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Powder, for your recital of Quelvis. Released in 1982, and in 2004 it was remixed with Sherwin Winchester. That's it.
Funny situation. This neighbor, she called out to me. She said, come over here and destroy she Quelvis. But she say, Quelvis? She say, yes. I want you to ram it up. Boy, jam it up for me. Well, it bust it up. Oh, come and crush it up. I want you to ram it up. Oh, jam it up. Oh, bust it up. Well, it crush it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard the song Quelvis, Body of a Turtle, Face of a Cat. And at this time, another video tribute, a video presentation will be played. So you can just focus on the screen before you again.
We continued outside here with the music of King Wellington.
Actually, if she ever come in this place before, oh, she shake her head and she turn and she tell me no. Oh, actually, if she have any place to stay, yeah, she tell me how she going back up on Ash Wednesday. Yeah, when she talk and I hear the slang, I say I have this Tobago girl to hand. I hold she hand, she pull away, and if you hear when the woman say, hey, me come down, me one from Tobago, why no hold me hand? Me say for let me go, me mama say me can walk, me can talk, but let me no go in and nobody be place, me can run, bump, jump, no take no hand around me waist, hey, me come down, me one, I me no want no companion. She walk off from the board of paradise. I wanna tell you, well, the woman, she black and nice. I had a little trouble with she friends when she talk. Oh, but oh Lord, she looks so sweet when she walk. Oh, I say to myself, it's an easy kill. So I try until she say, me tell you no for bother me. Me tell you me no want nobody. Me come down, me one from Tobago. Why no hold me hand? Me say, for let me go. Me mama say, me can't walk, me can't talk. But let me not go in a nobody place, me can't run, bump, jump. No take no hand around me waist, me come down, me one. I me no want no companion. I say a big place like this, girl, you might need some hair. Help, it's a big one. Send me band me and help me say. Help, I said, well, suppose those boys interfere with you. Ooh. She said that no nothing. I the same thing where you are do. I said by now I should let her know I'm King Wellington, I don't sing calypso. She said King Wellington, no Wellington King. To me that no mean nothing. Me come down, me one. Not to be go, why no hold me hand? They say for let me go, me mama say me can't walk, me can't talk. But not going to nobody place, me can't run, come. Well, the doctor say, carnival in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to celebrate the life of King Wellington, we'll now have a tribute from Bindley Benjamin.
Thank you very much. Very pleasant good afternoon, each and every one. I see my good drummer friend here from years ago. King Wellington was from the east, Goodwood. I am from the east too, Belgarden. So we're kind of close. And my good friend, Martha Archer, was a dancer. I used to be dancing in the hotel with her. Blue Haven, Crown Point on the Bay, and all these. So this lady you see standing there came from very good cultural stock. King Wellington on one side, and a dancing lady on the other side. So you've inspired me this afternoon, Coris, to get ready with a project I'm trying to work on. Tobago's culture from then to now. Because the cultural art form has been left too long in limbo. It is time that it must be monetized. Now, in 1995, I went to Nigeria with the Old Boys Steel Band, and we were playing for the military governors. And we're talking about some places twice as big as Queen's Hall. I can't remember the crowd size, but it was packed crowd. From the time we got on stage, they said, we want reggae music. Well, I was the MC and performer. So we say, you're gonna get some Bob Marley, so we give them some Three Little Birds, stir it up and so on. But I say, look, we're gonna give you the soul of Calypso, which came from our African heritage, which we call soca music. And of course, we started with Sugar Boom, Sugar Boom, Sugar Boom Boom. Then we gave them Hot, Hot, Hot. After that night, when we played in 14 cities, and after that first night, you never heard about we want reggae music. We want soca music. So no, I'm saying this because our cultural art form, brings out that vibes and the rhythm in everybody. Because even though the soca music, you're grooving and you're moving and so on, but when you hear the soca, I mean, you're going crazy. So what I've done over the years is to challenge myself to do something to monetize our culture. I started with the Heritage Festival. So I'm saying that we should have our records monetized in terms of videos, especially on flash drives. So our Calypsonians from the past, King Wellington, Tobago Crusoe, who is still with us, all those acts back and all these guys. The project goes this way. We're thinking about having all the recordings for the Calypsonians of the past on a flash drive because you're not using CDs again. And you're not even, right? So we have to try to have like a website with all the Calypsonians over the years in Calypso. We have all the Heritage Festival shows. We have all the drumologies. We have all the dancers, the reggae, the the ballet, the bongo, so that when the tourists come to Tobago, they can buy our music, so we can get something from that. And the persons who have passed on, their relatives would get, the royalties and a fee from all these sales. So what I'm saying, let us keep our culture alive, because my brother here has been drumming all these years, and he might just get a little cackle now and then. But if you have a nice drumology, a tourist or somebody can buy that and walk with it and go ahead. So I'll be coming to talk to you, Carice. You are a member of the committee. Powder, you are a member of the committee too, eh? So we're going to go into culture department and get all those recordings, have them, remodeled and, and remixed, and have something good for our cultural platform, on our cultural platform. So you're going to be a CD, going to be a Facebook page. It's going to have our own website, so we can actually make money by having people advertise on the website. So I'm looking for some help from you guys. So my contribution this afternoon is that I'm going to be starting this project very soon to help our culture from then to now, Tobago's culture. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Benjamin. At this time, we'll open the floor for open tributes from family and friends of King Wellington. So once you have a tribute to share, you can just make your way forward to the lectern. And I'll hand this lovely mic over to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aileen Porshi. I'm a cousin of King Wellington. And most of the time I see him is in New York. And one thing he would always do, he would call me and say, listen, over in Fire Island from Memorial Day to Labor Day, make sure you come over. And I would just have to tell him, I'm coming this weekend. And he would let one of his band members, and I don't know if I see any one of them here, pick me up in Brooklyn, take me over to Fire Island, take me over on the boat. And I was treated like royalty with the King Wellington and the Peoples, because I'm part of the team. I eat at Flinch, I party at Flinch. He was a real family man, and he always treat me wherever he see me, he treat me as family. And I must say, thank God for the time that he gave us King Wellington on this earth. He was an inspiration, he was very helpful, he was a family man, and a loving, kind person. Thank you.
We can have the musical tribute by Prince Unique in the meantime. So can we welcome him?
One, two, one, two, one, two. Ladies, this is a woman's world. Ladies! DJ, pull up a little bit, pull up a little bit. I want to say a special good evening to each and every one of you, and thank you for having me. I must say that this is a surprise when I say a surprise. Today, because I see my partner here. He couldn't talk. I know he's very emotional now. Yes, I know that, right? Welly was a calypsonian, a musician, and I'm quite sure that he wouldn't like to know that we're doing a tribute to him and everybody's sitting down, right? So I want you all to get up and celebrate and party with Welly, right? What do you say? This is a woman's world. Let's go. Ladies, I want to see everybody get up and dancing. Put up your hands. Put up your hands, everybody. Hey, put it up. Hear it up. There's no party without woman. What is it? There's no party, oh Lord, no party without woman. Let me know. The party ram a good man, and this I can understand. How you leave your woman at home, and you come out to fit alone. And when the music gets sweet, hey, well, it's only man on their feet. So I tell them, somebody sing with me. There's no party, oh Lord, no party without woman. There's no party, oh Lord, no party without woman. Well, a woman walk in the bed, all them men start to sweat. Man does spend big money, once woman in the party. Well, that's what woman does do. Hey. Believe what I'm telling you. Ladies, I want to say, put up your hands for Wally. Put up your hand, put up your hand, put up your hand. If you agree with me, hey, hey. I want you to put up your hand, put up your hand, put up your hand. If you agree with me, let me know. Well, woman is more than that. Woman with different hat. High office in government, house speakers in parliament, and throughout the sporting world. Hey, woman win Olympic gold. So I tell them again, somebody say with me. There's no party, oh Lord, no party without woman. There's no party, give me some jumping up. No party without woman. Hey, hey. Prime Minister, President, women just represent. Women come out to stay with all the roles that they play. Well, that's what woman does do. Yeah. Believe what I'm telling you. Ladies, I want to see, put your hands in here. Put up your hand, put up your hand, put up your hand. If you agree with me, I want you to put up your hand, right up, high up. If you agree with me, tell them why. Well, this is a woman world. This is a woman world. Tell them. This is a woman's world. This is a woman world. Well, this is my conclusion. A woman still needs a man to populate the world. That is a woman's role to ensure humanity. Hey, well, it must be a he and she. So I tell my dear ladies, say with me. There's no party. Tell them, no party without woman. So we can stay with the ladies. Next man, we can stay with the ladies. I say, I want to see everybody get up. I want to see everybody get up. We party. We celebrate your body. One time. Talk to me. Well, I want to see somebody hold somebody. Listen, powder. Let me get up and dance, man. Pump it up. Oh, na na na. Pump it up. African lady. Listen. You are the one who make my heart sing. Sing with me. Na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. Somebody hold somebody and dance. You are the one who make my bells ring. Na 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 na. Yeah. From the time you came into my life, I know you were the one. Now I want to tell you I love you in my song. Somebody sing. African lady, Lord, King man love you, King man love you, King man love you. I'm a love to my lady. African lady, King man love you, King man love you, King man love you. I'm a love. Oh la la la. We celebrate you, Wally. All my love is for you. Say, sometime when I feel sad and lonely, say what the na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. You give me love and make me happy. Na 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 na. Yeah, yeah. I know many times I've done things that bring water to your eyes, but I know it's wrong, so now I apologize. Somebody sing.
African lady, Lord, King man love you, King man love you, King man love you, I man love you, African lady, King man love you,
King man love you, King man love you. Mix me, DJ, mix me.
Well, excuse me.
I want to hear you play with me, right? Play with me.
Well, we couldn't laugh now because we're not done yet.
Tell me if you remember this one. Tell me if you remember this one.
I'll be down there. I'll be down there. I'll be down there.
Aludana dudana donde, aludana dudana donde, aludana dudana donde.
Some folks to me to a party in a nice nightclub in the city. Sweet music playing, the people dancing. All of a sudden a lady shout, and you don't hear she. Where you bike, where you bike, where you bike, you fall.
Yeah, all like that.
Where you bike, where you bike, where you bike, you fall.
Sonny, you vampire, you sukunya, you bloodsucker, you Dracula.
Well, you're burning it, burning. You're burning it, burning it, burning. You're burning it, burning. You're burning it, burning it, burning.
This lady was on the bite you.
Right it, right it, right it.
Miss Lady was on the bite you.
Right it, right it, right it.
This lady was on the bite you.
Right it, right it, right it.
Miss Lady was on the bite you.
Right it, right it.
Next way.
Bring it down.
Music. Compa, compa, pop it up. Compa. Annually, annually, annually.
Veni danser pas moi. Veni danser pas moi.
Annually, annually, annually.
Veni danser pas moi. Veni danser pas moi.
Music la do, compa sweet. Music la do, compa music sweet. Well, it's a compa rhythm. Yeah, I see people dancing. Yeah, I can feel the freedom. Yeah, you gotta keep on moving. Yeah, ready to blow your mind, ready to make you wine, and have you walking up in the party. A spirit down in thy soul, making you rock and roll. The time is now to free up your body. Annually, annually, annually. Veni danser pas moi, veni danser pas moi. Annually, annually, annually. Veni danser pas moi, veni danser pas moi. Music la do, compa sweet. Music la do, compa music sweet. Well, so much compassion, and sweet emotion. Every man and woman, from every island, they realize that you're been hypnotized, cause you lose control in the party. Spirit of congregate, losing and dancing feet. More music. We're going to close off with this one. We having a good time? So let me play one of your song. Let me play one of your song. Zuka! This is a song especially for you. Pump it up! Oule! Oule! Good enough, say Bamwe! Bring it up! So we're going to close off with this one, right? Oule! Suba! Suba! Good enough, say Bamwe! Your party all night long. Sing with me.
All night.
Sing.
All night. Janice, your party up with Charlie. You start to fight with he. Somebody sing it. Janice, you robot. Janice, you
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Prince Unique, for sharing your talent and energy with us in tribute of King Wellington, and of course our drummers who accompanied. And now I welcome Shaquille Brooms, who will do a special selection on the steel pan. Put your hands together and welcome him.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, back in the time when you have Calypsonians, recording, or most times they will have performed live and even recorded live. And back then they didn't have mastering and editing and stuff like that. So, when Miss Gail, sent me the 2 songs that she would like me to play, and I started playing and realized in E flat. And jump, because it's a new pan, right? And I was like, this pan awful. But there's something called equal temperament and just intonation. I don't know if anyone knows about that, Right. So sometimes the brassmen songs are a little bit off to nowadays, right? But nevertheless, I'm going to do what I have to do, and then they don't have a track for that. But I am Shaquille, so I will step up to the plate. All right, so Miss Gill, all the best. All right, nice.
musically inclined, so I wasn't totally in tune with what Shaquille said about E and E flat. But what I do know is that the music sounded really good. Thank you, Shaquille. The first song he performed was King Wellington's popular Steel and Brass, a top road march contender in 1973, and the second was More Woman, released in 1974. So ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of this afternoon's memorial service, we give thanks for the life of Hawthorne Wellington Kwashi, a life that brought music, joy, and great memories to so many. Thanks to all of you for sharing in this celebration of his life. May you all leave here today comforted, but also reminded to cherish the time we have with one another. Thank you, and may you have a safe journey to your respective homes.
and I say, give me iron all the time. I said, the more me hear to play, and the more me feel for wine. So give me more, 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 give me more. And the ringing of the steelers give me all and me seal and make me feel how I want to feel. Now in St. Thomas I see a woman going crazy. Simple so you know the woman come and hold on to me. I was only beating her iron, and I really couldn't understand why she pick on me and leave everybody else in the band. But she tell me, give me more, give me iron. I say, give me iron all the time. I said, the more me hear you play, and the more me feel for wine. So give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Man, the ringing of the steelers give me all and me seal and make me feel how I want to feel. This time if you see wine, she going down like a ball of twine. And believe me friends, she looking good from behind. She say, oh Lord, well I like the tone and the tingy-lingy in me bone. All who think I'm crazy, they better left me alone. Oh Lord, give me more, give me iron. I say, give me iron all the time. I say, the more me hear you play, and the more me feel for wine. So give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Man, the ringing of the steelers give me all and me seal and make me feel how I want to feel.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
I know nowadays people does react in many ways, but the way she getting on, believe me, I was amazed. She skin up, she high, she on the ground. She said to fan me, wet me down. She say, attacking the tongue. Oh Lord, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I tell you, ringing and the steel, give me all and me seal, make me feel how I want. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I said, the ringing and the steel, give me all and me seal, and me feel how I want. So give me more, give me iron. I say, oh, give me iron all the time. I said, the more me hear you play, and the more me feel how I want. So give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. Darling, tell me, what's the score? Don't you love me anymore? It's a year now, on the day this I did not hear you say. Did I do something that's wrong? What it is and how long you've been jibing me around? Oh, that's the talk all over town. From the start, you always had a time for the things I had in mind. But of late, you always hesitate, and I never know my fate. You've been jiving me around. Oh, that's the talk all over town.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
From the start, you always had a time for the things I had in mind. But of late, you always hesitate, and I never know my head. You've been jibing me around. Oh, that's the talk all over time. And you've been jibing me around. Oh, that's the talk all over town. You've been jibing me around. Oh, that's the talk all over town. Well, the doctors say carnival in May, and the people say how they go break away. Some people say they find that this ain't no good time, but anytime we play with mass, is mass of class. Well, the doctors say carnival in May, and the people say hands in the air, have no fear. Calypso music is here. Hands in the air, have no fear. Calypso music is here. Calypso music is real fun for everyone. Everybody jump in the groove and do what they want to do on the bass plate. Bumpy tumpy tumpim, bum, tumpy tumpy tumpim, bum, tumpy tumpo tumpim pum pum, pitumpo tumpy tumpum. Hey, well that was
Russo funk.
Yeah, it was Russo funk. That's where it started, and that no one will contest that. Yes.
Let us tune into one of my famous songs I can remember, the Quelvis.
I have to be the most unlucky man, always catching myself in funny situation. This neighbor, she called out to me. She said, come over here and destroy. She Quelvis, for she I say, you Quelvis? She said, yes. I want you to ram it up. I want you to jam it up for me. I want you to bust it up for me. I want you to crush it up for me. It only going. Yes, I never see animal looking like that. Shaped like a turtle, but it has the face of a cat. She said, don't watch it, I want you to kill it for me right now. Now. But when I touch it on the nose, it ball out. Wow. Wow. Don't be afraid of it. Don't feel sorry for it. I bring you to kill it. So don't stand up there and watch it. Well, I want you to ram it up for me. I want you to jam it up for me. Boy, bust it up for me. I want you to crush it up for me. It only going. She said I had this pet with me from since I was small. But of late I find it don't behave itself at all. In the middle of the night, every night it does wake me up. Just so, scratching and scratching and scratching and wouldn't stop. She said the way I have this thing so long, I can't see myself doing it no wrong. But if you could bust it up for me, I want you to crush it up for me. Wellington, ram it up for me. Boy, jam it up for me. She say, Wellington, can't you see? It's no blooming good to me. Now I'm a man, I don't believe in violence. Same time he jump at me, I had to snatch it in self-defense. I throw it on the bed and it start to groan like a lion. She said, wait, wait, wait. When she see I take out me piece of iron, Lord. I start to ram it up, boy. Man, I start to jam it up. Man, I tell her lick it up. I tell you I kick it up. Man, I bong it up. I tell you that I bong it up. And when I start to ram the beast, she said, Lord, what you doing to me, Quelvis? Wow. Yes. Now, if this happened to you, I'm warning you, hearing a big, big noise. Time, 1:45, you hear crying. Will you not be surprised? Well, this thing happened to me where I was living up at Laventille. I was like Alice in Wonderland, wondering what happened to this woman. And if you hear she crying, yeah, she crying. Friends, I get so curious as I jump up from my doors when she said, if you finish, why not give me my clothes? I pull on my pajama pants. I couldn't even put on a vest. I didn't want to lose my chance, so I went and I cocked me ears by the press. I hear me neighbor, Mr. Curry, tell she take it light. Woman, what's the hurry? You're getting on and crying so long, as if I'm doing you something that is wrong. But if you hear she, she crying, you hear she crying. Friends, I get so serious as I jump up from my doors when she said, if you finish, why not give me my clothes?
We continued outside here with the music of King Wellington.
Darian, will you marry me? We will have a family and live by the sea. Children by the dozens, we will put them in bamboo huts. And every day, we will live on the coconuts. All day, all night is merry and down by the seaside, she's in the sand. expansive things on the soul. All day, all night is Marianne. Down by the seaside, she's sitting there. Even little children love Marianne. All day, all night is
of the witty ditty calypsos, because I like them, and then I know if I do, a lot of people, when they heard that you were coming on the show, they requested that. And one was Miss McCarthy Party.
McCarthy Party was this lady named Miss McCarthy invited me to her party, and she told me all you need to come with is a flask, well that means a flask of rum,
right,
and a mask.
A mask for your face?
Mask for your face. So then I thought, well, I said, well, there's something exciting here. So I decided I'm going to go to the party. And in that party, everybody was doing something. So that's how that song came about.
Okay.
Right? But then, you got to listen well.
Yes.
Because it's witty.
Yes.
This lady named McCarthy, she invited me to this party. She said bring a flask and some kind of mask. I thought it would be exciting, so I decided I'm gonna make the outing. But that son of a gun, I had to run. Everybody in the party was taking something. Lord, they're breaking something. Lord, they're making something. Everybody in the party was faking something. Lord, they're shaking something. See, they're having fun. From the time I entered the place, I see the only thing they had on was on their face. I said, oh geez, tonight, I getting squeezed. She had a midget in the apartment, showing you where to put your garment. Well, it make me feel so ashamed when he called me name Wellington. Everybody in the party was showing something. Lord, they're blowing something. Lord, they're throwing something. Everybody in the party was drinking something. Lord, they're smoking something. See, they're having fun. I wanted to leave right away, but this chick, she come and asked me to play. I gave her a nod. I did not want to look too odd. I couldn't say a word to the lass. I was feeling so embarrassed the way she watching me. Imagine how I watching she. Whoop. Everybody in the party was eyeing something. Lord, they trying something. Lord, they buying something. Everybody in the party was yelling something. Lord, they're smelling something. I said they're having fun. Things was happening so fast. Everybody pinching you when they pass. I get so scared. The whole scene was so weird. I said, Lord, this is the end. When they say men have to turn women, I ball out, no sir. That is Sodom and Gomorrah. Everybody in the party was using something. Lord, they're choosing something. Lord, they're using something. Hey! Everybody in the party was feeling something. Lord, they're stealing something. So they're having fun. Everybody in the party was running something. Lord, they're turning something. Lord, they're burning something. Ah! Everybody in the party was knocking something. Lord, they're blocking something. Say they're having fun. Hey.
Miss McCarthy's party, that sounded like it was a real party.
A real party.
Everything was happening there.
Yeah, you know what really got me feeling real bad is when the midget called my name. I had on my mask.
So he didn't recognize you to your face because your face was covered.
Yeah, he was down there.
So he recognized you from somewhere else. Oh, excuse me.
That was the hard part in that. That was my most embarrassing part in the party.
That was the most embarrassing. But I guess the party was good otherwise.
Well, yes,
when they say guys have to turn, men have to turn.
When they say men have to turn women, now that was Sodom and Gomorrah thing. That was, I couldn't.
It wasn't funny no more.
No, I was troubled then.
And let us get a taste of some of your party music. Steel and Brass was one of those that stood up over the years.
Definitely.
And I know my audience would love to hear it. Would you love to play?
I say my friends and family, all of them, they think I'm mad. When I say Carnival this year, go be super bad. When they see the plan that I'm making, they say I'm flaking, Lord, and I'm wasting time. And all of them, they think I'm out of my mind. The way I'm planning to spree for 1973 for the Carnival, 2 days and one time. I know that everybody go agree with me that last year was no Carnival at all. Well, they say they gonna be jumping fast, jumping up to Steel and Brass. See them women how they jumping fast. Everybody playing mass. I say with Steel and Brass, and pretty girls around me. It's either the hospital, the jail, or the cemetery. The amount of mass that I want to play. I start in me Juve Carnival Saturday. I make costume for Billy, costume for Sally Leon and Mac Williams. And I want to jump with at least 50 women. Well, the way I'm planning to spree for the Carnival, 2 days in Washington. I know that everybody go agree that last year was no Carnival at all. Well, they say they're gonna be jumping fast, jumping up to Steel and Brass. See them women how they're jumping fast. Everybody playing mass. I say with Steel and Brass, and pretty girls around me. It's either the hospital, the jail, or the cemetery. She say, I just meet you in the fit. Me no even know you yet. Me no even finish dancer set. Let me catch me breath. Lord, let me catch me breath. And if you hear she take your time, Mister, you crazy. Take your time where you want to do me. Hola, take your time. What is your hurry? Take your time. Don't worry to take me.
We're talking about what we call King Wellington, and he had an album record. First, I must say my deepest condolences to the loss of your father, and also the loss of the Calypso family. He being a family of the Calypso genre music. And to speak of him, I would refer him as one of the guys who was always about change in the concept of the music. I first met him, I was going to Trinidad, and I met him on a flight. That's when I first met King Wellington. And then we started talking, because I knew about him, he heard of me, but we never really met prior to the time we were on that flight going to Trinidad. I was going down to see about some Calypso, some recording, and he was going back home to perform. And we had such a great conversation on the plane, speaking about the music and where it's going and where it should be going. And I was just getting involved, and he was like excited about someone getting involved, particularly from his homeland where we were born in Tobago. That make it more even interested to him. And he took me around to some people when we got in Trinidad, Joey Lewis and among some other people, because of course I was new. And he did some introduction for me. And that's where we started. But when I used to hear his music, it always have a little difference in it than the authentic Calypso. And I didn't really know he was from Tobago. I thought he was from the Virgin Islands, because the guy who used to do his recording, Camille Hodge, from the Virgin Islands. So I thought he was from there till I met with him. But in all what he had stood for and believed in, his music had this difference, like I said, but he had one song that was relatively outstanding, and that was Steel and Brass. That was his signature song. That song, I think it had a chance to win the Road March, but he was up against guys like hard hitter like Kitchener and Sparrow those days and those kind of stuff. And I believe that, that hindered him from getting to the Road March, but that was a contender at that year for the Road March. That was a pretty good song, it was a strong song. And after we got involved, I did a couple of recordings with him. It was not very successful stuff, because they were good stuff. But then again, like I said, I believe what has happened to Wellington, my take, why he did not become more popular or more famous. There's always something that we blame, whatever get in the way of we being successful or whatever had made us to the pinnacle. But I believe King Wellington, I believe his problem, I believe what's standing in his way is being a police officer. I blame that on him not becoming more popular and more loved as a Calypsonian or entertainer.